Good morning. It's a day early, but happy Easter for everyone celebrating it. I just wanted to come on and say hi. I'm so happy right now. I'm finally starting to get the hang of making the videos and getting the equipment, and I have my own stand now for my phone. You would have laughed if you had seen my previous stands. It was an upside down pot, a planter, and then a napkin holder in front of it to hold my phone. So I'm starting to get there, and my birthday's next month, at the end of next month, and my daughter has hinted that perhaps I'll be getting a microphone. So I'm very happy I'm actually getting equipment now, because I want to make these the best that I can for all of you, because I am so happy when you come to visit me. I check, and if I see a comment, the comments thrill me to no end. And then today I picked up another new subscriber. So if you're new to this channel, or you've watched before and you haven't quite committed, just press the subscribe button. There's no obligation. No one will contact you. Just hit the subscribe button. And there's also the bell to be notified when I put out a new video. So today, because tomorrow is Easter Sunday, and I also know that Ramadan just finished and the Passover, I wanted to talk to everyone about including others. Some people don't have family or friends to celebrate with right now. They have lots of friends. Everyone thinks they're very friends, but nobody invites them, you know? My mother, the house I grew up in at Christmas time, my mother basically just opened the door. And anyone that wanted to come, my mother would invite everybody. And we never knew who was going to be there, you know? And I love that. And I remember we had very good friends, David and Joe. And Joe just showed up one day, like out of the blue. And he's like, I came for dinner. And we're like, okay. And we're wondering, like, is something happening? Like, is there trouble with his work? And we were halfway through, and he just looked up. He goes, my dad died. And he kept eating. We knew that there was, his father didn't quite understand that he was gay and that he had a husband. So there was difficulty there. So we just kind of all looked at each other and we're like, do you want to talk about it? He's like, maybe, but let's eat first. And it was just very natural. But he said later that he just knew, open the door, we could come in. So that always impressed me. So, yeah, if there's somebody that you know that needs, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, goodness me, bless me. I'm so sorry about that. But if there's someone you know, invite them. And if you need an invitation, hint, you know, just say, yeah, I miss big Easters with my family, you know. It's hard to find ham for one person, or you know what to do. But yeah, this holidays should be about including people. And especially, it may feel awkward at first inviting someone, but go for it anyways. It's important that we include each other in our lives. Okay, lives are meant to be shared. It's hard, especially if you've been hurt or betrayed, or you're an introvert. There's a lot of introverts. My daughter is an introvert, although I tell people my daughter is the most extroverted introvert you'll ever meet, because once she's comfortable, then you can see it. But she'll say to me, I went out of my comfort zone today, and you know, I spoke to people I didn't know, or I opened up in class today, and I am very, very proud of her. And yeah, it's something that fills me with pride. Okay, so I have to apologize. My last video is one I was proud of for the topic. It's loss and gratitude. But I did try to do a little role play in it, and I have to be honest, it felt fake. I don't have the experience or the expertise yet to do role play. So for now, it's just going to be me and you talking and visiting, okay? That's important to me. I want you guys to be comfortable with me, and I'm trying very hard to stay in soft-spoken. my next video, I might try whispering. But for now, I'm just going to do soft spoken. If I do whispering, I guarantee my dog will come thinking she's getting a treat, because I always say, here's your treat, don't tell anybody. So she thinks whispering means treats. My dog's name is Candy. We rescued her the December before COVID. Isn't it funny how life is now before COVID and after COVID? But we got her December 21st, and we named her Candy Cane, but it's spelled Kandi, like a stripper, because that's what I said when we got her. And she's actually from Mexico. I live in Canada, and the Humane Society where we got her got a lot of dogs from Mexico and New Jersey. And I had to laugh because we wanted a younger dog, not a puppy, but we wanted, And when we went on the website, they said that there was a dog there, Blue, who was a German Shepherd mix. All the dogs are German Shepherd mixes. I love the Humane Society. I support them, but every dog was a German Shepherd mix. So we went, and I said, I haven't seen Blue yet, because we're walking through all the kennels. And I turned around, and without a word of a lie, I'm 5 feet tall. This dog was sitting eye to eye with me. It was a Great Dane. And I'm like, yeah, if that's a 6-month-old Great Dane, we're not getting that dog. And we had gone 2 weeks before, and to look and to fill out the paperwork and find out what's involved. But we said we couldn't get the dog until the 21st because we all had arranged time off so that for 3 months, the dog would not be left alone. And that way we could slowly, because we knew a rescue dog would be a little harder to train. So we were leaving because they didn't have any. And we were sad. And my daughter was holding back tears because we said, we'll come back after the new year. And the gentleman who dealt with us was just coming in from walking another dog. And he said, nothing? And we said, no. He goes, not even Pilly? And we all stopped and went, Pilly? He goes, oh, that's right. Pilly's in another kennel because we just got her. We're like, okay. So come back in. And I'm like, Jerry, don't you mess with us now. And when we went in, he said to the girl at the front, I'm going to show them Pilly. And someone said, but Pilly's already adopted. And he goes, no, that adoption's not going through. That's not the right family. So he brings this dog. The dog went immediately to my daughter. It was love at first sight. That was it. And as we're signing all the papers and everything, they said to us, we don't know if she can bark. And we're like, oh, that's all right. That's okay. We don't mind. And a few days later, it was Christmas time, and I was making brownies. And I make cocoa brownies, and they're very, very good. And Candy was sitting behind me, and I was talking to her, and I'm making the brownies. I did that when my daughter was a baby, too. I would describe everything I was doing. And she let out this giant, deep, guttural bark. I had the can of cocoa in my hand. It went flying. It was raining cocoa powder. I was scared to death because I knew dogs can't have chocolate. I was covered in it. The counter was covered in it. It was just like, I ended up messaging both my husband and my daughter. I'm like, the dog can bark. And then about 6 months later, we're in the middle of the first lockdown. And my daughter said, you know what? We need to get a companion, because when I go back to school, you guys are back at work, who's Candy gonna have? We should get a cat. So I texted my husband to pre-warn him, because my daughter had a 12-page PowerPoint to show us why we needed a cat. So we started looking in the papers, not the papers, the online rescue places, and we found one. And because it was COVID, it was very different. We basically adopted her picture only, and we had to go to where her foster family was. We had to scrub down the carrier, give it to the person. The person scrubbed it down when they got upstairs, put her in it, scrubbed the handles, and brought her down to us. So we had decided, because my daughter, myself, and the dog all begin with K, we said, well, we have to have a B for my husband. And we're all Harry Potter fans. So it was pretty clear it was going to be Bellatrix, and we call her Bella for short. And she's actually right here. I'm just going to see if she wants to come over. Bella, I'll be right back. Bella, you want to go on camera? Come on. Come on, baby. Yeah. Come on. Come on. I know you're not allowed at the table. So this is Bellatrix. She's Bella for short. And she's very sweet and she's very smart. And when we got her, they told us she was a year old. So we took her to the vet. Okay, down you get, baby. So we took her to the vet, and he said, well, this cat's not a year old. Like, because she had a nail issue. And he goes, these nails aren't much older. This cat's probably 4 or 5. And we said, okay, that's no problem. That's fine. And then something came up. Oh, I think she was due for a shot. We took her back to the vet, and he goes, you know, she's getting a little on the chubby side. So when they brought her home, because I'm highly allergic, and so going to the actual vet, I get a lot of bad allergy. So when they brought her home, they said, yes, he said she's a little bit chunky. And I said, well, that's it. We have to find a new vet. Every time she goes, he insults her. Now she's old and fat. But we love her just as she is. The same as Candy. We love Candy. But Candy's sleeping upstairs. And she's a little wild, so I don't think she's ready for camera. She's not quite camera ready yet. So that's another thing. If you know somebody with a pet, that's a great way to get to know someone. People like to talk about themselves. They like to talk about their kids. They like to talk about their pets. So if you're introverted, if you have difficulty talking to someone, those are great topic starters. You know, do you have any pets? Do you have any kids? Let them lead the conversation, okay? Because you have a right to have a full life. You can have as much people in it as you want, okay? And let's include everyone, all right? And if you think you don't have much to offer, or if you're alone at a holiday and you know somebody else, just say, why don't we spend the holiday together? You know, I'll make half the food, you make half the food, you bring the wine, I'll bring the dessert, whatever. It's a great way to get with people and to connect. That's one thing I found when COVID was going on and the lockdowns. We needed connectivity. We needed to make sure we connected with each other and to check on each other. And I loved all those commercials that were check on the strong people, you know, the people that put everyone else together. Check on everybody, you know, and check on yourself. There's a way to make sure it's okay to look at yourself in the mirror and say, are we okay? Are we? What do we need? What can I do today to make myself feel better? What can I do today to put myself out there if I need to? What can I do today to make sure I know I'm worthy? Because you are. Everyone needs to hear this today. And I know I say it at the end of every video. You're worthy, you're loved, and you're honored, and you're valued, okay? You really are. You have a right to feel that way. And my videos are all going to be about that. They can be about different stories, different topics, but the crux will always be that I care about you and that I want you to feel loved and to feel like you matter, because you do matter. Even though it's through camera, I see you, okay? You were put on this earth for a reason. I said it before, I'll say it again. We're not from a cookie cutter factory. You were chosen to be here, okay? And it's not always going to be deep topics. It can be light topics, like my makeup today. I'm trying something new with my eyes because I rewatched some of my videos, and I'll be honest, I watched them like this. I've had eye surgeries when I was young, so I noticed that on camera, one eye looks a little smaller and crossed. It's not like that anymore. My mother was like that too. It was only in mirrors, like I could see in a mirror, but when I looked at her, I didn't see it. But I'm self-conscious about my looks. You know, it's the YouTube artists, and I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm being a lot honest. They're freaking gorgeous. It's like every ASMR artist I know is stunningly beautiful. You know, there's Lottie from Lottie Loves ASMR, Gloss and Tingles, Ocean, Jeannie B, Sophie Michelle, Goodnight Moon. I'm sure I'm missing a couple. I watch a great YouTuber called Bold and Graceful. She does DIYs. Oh, she's fabulous, and she's stunning too. So when I look, I'm like, first of all, I have short hair. So now I'm trying it with no makeup under my eyes at all to see if that maybe helps a bit and makes me feel fresher. Today I'm very proud of myself because I normally dress in black. I've told you that I'm having a health issue, and there's also a mental health issue. I've been fighting through depressions and anxiety. So today I said, I'm not wearing anything black. I went on I ordered some clothes and I made sure none of them were black. And if you look at my closet, all of my pants are black. Everything. To me, the bottoms have to be black. I am wearing a teal green pair of pants and this very springy, multicolored top. Because I just want to present positivity, you know, kind of fake it till I make it type of thing. Plus, it makes me feel positive to talk to you guys. It really does. So please feel free to comment. I'm a new YouTuber and I need to know I'm being seen and I'm reaching people. And if you have comments or suggestions how I can improve my channel and my talks, please let me know. The number one comment I seem to be getting is, oh, I needed this today. And I'm so sorry people feel that way. I wish you were getting this validation every day because you are special. You really are. The fact that you're watching a video of somebody you don't know and supporting their channel, that means something. If you're watching this to try to go to sleep, in my previous video, the loss and gratitude one, I do talk at the end about ways I fall asleep using visualization, the two things. And I think that'll help some people. I really do. I also love to listen to, it's called Drift with Erin Davis, E-R-I-N. It's free. I listen to it on Apple. You can also do it on Audible if you have an Audible account. Basically, she tells you stories, bedtime stories. They're family friendly, so you can listen with your children. But there's something about just putting it on and going to sleep listening to it. It just makes me feel sleepy and comforted. There is an ASMR quality to her voice, but it's not soft-spoken and she doesn't whisper. But she has she was in radio for decades. She's actually one person, she's on my bucket list. If I could meet her, I'd be so happy. She wrote a great book called Morning Has Broken. If anyone has lost someone, they lost their daughter when she was 24, and her baby was 7 months old. And she wrote a book about the loss and finding joy again. And the book it's happy, it's sad, it's funny, it's life, it's real. And I strongly, strongly recommend reading it. I read it when it first came out. I also read it again when I lost my mom and again when my in-laws passed. It just helped. It helped reinforce things I was feeling, letting me know I wasn't alone in loss. And it's good for anyone. If you have a loss of a relationship, you could read it and get something out of it. Sometimes it's just nice to know you're not alone. Okay? We've all been there. We've all been at our lowest. We've all felt like, where was the hope? But it does come back. I promise you, if you're feeling like that right now, please get help. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your clergy. Talk to anyone that can help you. Okay? If nothing else, call your local public health office. They have mental health nurses that can help you. There's no shame in it. You wouldn't criticize somebody who said, you know, I broke my arm, so I went to get x-rays. You need help, get help. End of story. Okay? There is hope. Okay? anything anyone is feeling is temporary. No matter how bad the situation, you will feel better. Okay? I believe in you. So, on that, I want to wish everyone a happy Easter again if you're celebrating, or a happy Ramadan, or a Passover, whatever you're celebrating. I wish you the best. Okay? And remember, always, I love you, I value you, I honor you.